Okay. Time is 6 o'clock, and this will begin the December 10th meeting of the Granite Falls School Board. Please rise with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. And I will hand it over to Dr. Giesland for our land acknowledgement.
Thank you, Director Ledoux. We honor the first peoples of these lands by acknowledging that the area in which we gather is within the traditional territory of the Stillaguamish tribe of Indians. The Stillaguamish people have inhabited these lands and waters since time immemorial, and their descendants have remained in this territory to this day. The Stillaguamish people have continued to practice the traditional ways of their ancestors of fishing, hunting, and gathering. The Stillaguamish tribe had these lands and cultural traditions passed on to them by their ancestors who believe that everything has a spirit and that they are the caretakers of these lands and waters.
Thank you. Okay, and in attendance tonight, we have soon to be sworn in Director Farley, Director Panagas, and Director Veach, and then Standing Director Bill Dane. And then I'm being sworn in, but I'm also an existing director, and Dr. Giesland. We also have our student reps here, Serenity Roth, Catherine Westfall, Charlie Roan, and then Elijah Seiler as well. Thank you for joining. Okay, item 2A, oath of office. Assuming I'll hand it off to Dr. Giesland.
Yes, we will do this. We'll do this one at a time because the wording is a little bit different for each of you. So, you are first, and we'll go out front here. Yes. All right. She has her, Tina, your oath.
If you need your cheat sheet.
You need your sheet.
Oh. Thank you. Yeah, mine's
All right. Raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Tina Beach,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
perform and discharge the duties of the office
perform and discharge the duties of the office
of Granite Falls School District number 332,
of Granite Falls School District number 332,
Director District 4,
Director District 4,
for a 2-year unexpired term,
for a 2-year unexpired term,
according to the law,
according to the law,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Peter. You can sign that.
Yes.
Back to Tony. Okay, raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Peter C. Ledoux,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
perform and discharge the duties
perform and discharge the duties
of Granite Falls School District number 332,
of the office of Granite Falls School District number 332,
Director District number 1,
Director District number 1,
for a 4-year,
for a 4-year term,
according to the law, to the best of my ability.
according to the law, to the best of my ability.
Thank you. Director Panagas. Raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Carolyn Panagas,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially perform
and discharge the duties of the office
and discharge the duties of the office
of Granite Falls School District number 332,
of Granite Falls School District number 332,
Director District 3,
Director District 3,
for a 4-year unexpired term
for a 4-year unexpired term
according to the law,
according to the law,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Okay, Director Farley. We'll tight back there.
Believe it or not, it used to be tighter.
Raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Greg Farley,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
perform and discharge the duties
perform and discharge the duties
of the office of Granite Falls School District number 332,
of the office of Granite Falls School District number 332,
Director District number 5,
Director District number 5,
for a 4-year unexpired term
for a 4-year unexpired term
according to the law,
according to the law,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations. We actually get a picture of the entire board together and we'll. Guys, I'm gonna take a picture with you as well, with them. We can put kids in the picture. And students, you can go in front. Well, except for Elijah, who's super tall. Yeah, and Elijah, you can come around if you want, and you guys are your name. Elijah took the long route.
Yep.
You can stand right here.
Got it all in frame. Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Try not to blink, that's my great.
That family member.
Oh, I am. My eyes are closed in 90% of our photos.
Oh, yeah. Sign all these.
Okay, now we'll move on to item 3A. So, and typically too, during this time, we'll go through different community reports, ledger reports, probably, I'm assuming on maybe the next board meeting, we'll go through and we'll decide and see who's going to be the WIA rep, ledge rep. Okay, it is 6:15 and we are returning to the Granite Falls School District meeting. Okay, moving on to item 3A. As I was articulating before our little power kerfluffle. So we do have representatives internally just within our board, represent WIA, ledge, community report. And so we'll set that and we'll vote to assign that during the next board meeting. But we still also go through board comments during this time. Yes, we'll go through board comments during this time. So I'll start off actually down at the student side. Serenity, any comments that you would like to make? No, nothing? Perfect.
Hold on, Sandy, what, you were gonna talk about the middle school a little bit.
So next week we will have Spirit Week starting Monday. It's Adam's
Okay.
And then I think last week or the week before, student members, some of them came over to the middle school to just see how their stuff are going.
The legislative reps,
Yes.
some of our board members were
Yeah.
there too.
Perfect. Thank you. Catherine?
I have quite a few things.
Perfect.
I have, first off, our band concert is next Thursday. It's middle school and high school bands combined. It's at 7 p.m. in the high school PAC, or Performing Arts Center. And then we had our first modifying school norms meeting today, which is basically changing kind of the way that we treat each other in the school as students. It's a group of students from third periods that come together and just kind of talk about how we can change our community. And our first meeting was today. And then we have food drive. It's going well. The only thing that I've heard about it recently is that we need more students going to the Arlington and Marysville locations for the grocery stores. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Charlie?
Winter sports has started back up. So basketball, girls and boys, and wrestling. Today, boys have a home basketball game, both JV and varsity. On Friday, there is a boys JV, a girls varsity, and a boys varsity game. And so then in addition to that, next week, girls basketball has 3 games, 2 home games and 1 away game next week.
Yeah. Always basketball and any of the winter sports are always fun to go see. So appreciate it. Thank you. Elijah, anything?
Kayla Land and Miss Roten are hosting a party on Friday for the students called the Holiday Hangout.
Okay.
It's gonna have popcorn, movie, cotton candy, so on.
Nice. Did you guys get a machine?
Yeah. Other than that, next week there should be a Spirit Day. I forgot what day, but it's for wearing festive clothing.
Okay. Did you already have your
Or
outfit picked
ugly
out?
sweaters.
Ugly sweaters. Okay. That, tell you what, you can find those an assortment on Amazon and stuff right now. And they've made it a lot easier than just getting one from grandma.
And of course, at Crossroads High School, I have to clarify.
Yeah.
So
Cool. No, appreciate it. Okay, now moving on to the board members. Director Farley, any comments or anything that you'd like to make?
Here to learn.
Here to learn. Great comment. Director Panegas.
I'm just saying I'm really excited to be here, and I did think it was a little telling that the power went out as soon as this morning, but
It's not personal.
anyway, I just wanted to say I went to Rudolph last Friday, and what a great way to kick off the holiday season. Appreciated that very much, and then did the tree lighting the next day, so we're in the spirit.
Director Veach.
I'm happy to be back, even though it's the 2-year unexpired term. So it's the rest of the 4-year term I started. I'm happy to be back. So
Director Dane.
Awesome. So I want to share Director Panegas' joy over the Rudolph performance the other night. The students did an amazing job, and I know how hard it is to try to sing in front of people. Great job, Emily Moore. Awesome piano. And then the turnout from the community was spectacular. We had people sitting in the aisles, probably not a good fire safety thing. But, I think we might have been over capacity, but to see the community, the excitement that is shared there. And then I saw food and money coming in for the food bank drive or the food drive and gift drive for our community. It's amazing. It's great to be a part of that.
Cool. Yeah, from my side, definitely first and foremost, I would say if you haven't already, I think items are due by the 12th. But yeah, if you haven't yet, if you're picking up a kiddo or something from school, or if you're just a community member and you want to stop by, we have names on I think every building on a tree with tags for you to go and see, and it'll give age of the child and their wish list and all that stuff. So grab one, grab two, go go fill those needs if you're fortunate enough to be able to follow through with that. So I'd strongly recommend that. And then the other thing is, surprised nobody else mentioned it, but a few weeks back we were all at the Washington State School Board's Director Conference. And it's always great for anybody that doesn't know. It's every single, most directors and superintendents from all across the state meet either in Seattle or in Spokane every year. It switches back and forth each year. But it's a great opportunity for us to go meet with other boards, meet with other superintendents, see what they're doing. Lots of learnings from there. The board will meet here shortly, and we'll probably do a study session around what did we learn, what sort of new ideas do we have, or just ways to stop, start, continue, things that are working, things that aren't, all that good stuff. But it was great. It's always good to be in the room and have those conversations. So okay, I think that's it from 3A. Moving to 3B, which is the superintendent's report presented by Dr. Giesland.
Right. Thank you, Corey. Right. First, a safety, security, and maintenance update. Just some quick things. Most of the board is pretty aware of some of the things that are currently happening. So at Granite Falls Middle School, at the STEAM building, I look over at Mr. JBJ because he's living this dream right now. The boiler has some issues, and it went out, and we have some alternative heat working in there right now. The current boiler is undersized, and so that's something that's going to have to be fixed this summer. But the part that will replace and will get us through to then is coming in on Friday. So thank you to everyone's patience there. I know it could be a little bit warm, a little bit cool because it's not regulated because we're pumping in outside heat, but it's fine. It's warm enough, and kids can learn and all those kind of things. But it is definitely something that maybe should have been caught when the building was built, but inspectors approved it. So it's hard to know how that happened. We'll look into that a little bit more. Granite Falls Middle School. So, I pulled up to Granite Falls Middle School this morning at about 7:15 for a meeting, and it is just really dark. And I worry about students getting off of buses and kids coming in and those kind of things. So we're going to do some exterior lighting enhancements on the backside, on the side, and in the front as best we can. There's not a lot of infrastructure for that, but we'll be adding some lights to the building. It's just really dark during winter months, and we know that lights mean safety. They also help discourage people from being places that they aren't supposed to be. So we'll get that going here very, very quickly. The light out front here that is for the school zone is usually flashing. Actually, it flashes 24/7. Is not flashing at all right now. And so the city is working on that, and we'll get that fixed. Just a reminder to everyone, I do keep hearing about people being pulled over in school zones. It is 20 miles an hour, and we have some long school zones, especially like in front of the high school and Monte Cristo. And so please go 20 through there. There's a lot of kids who transport themselves to and from school and on bikes and those kind of things. And then lastly, Monte Cristo Elementary. This is a small thing, but it's meaningful because we didn't have water stations, and we've talked that now we have them all in all of our schools. And the Monte Cristo one now is chilled. So we're very excited about that. And the students are very excited also because I talked to them in Mr. Shireman's PE class, and they're like, "Our water's cold. This is so exciting." So sometimes it's those little wins that we celebrate. And next slide. We talked about having the water tested the testing we had about a month and a half ago. We do have all the testing results. And so the plan is this, and I can go into more detail with each board member as we talk. We have a partnership with a vendor. We're working with a very experienced vendor that some local school districts have also worked with. And there's a couple of mitigation things that we can do for the outlets that have too high of levels of lead. To be clear, it sounds really scary that there's lead in the water. There's lead in all of the groundwater in this area. That is just a fact. And so the testing we tested over 200 outlets. Some of the outlets that we tested are not used at all. And so those came back with really high levels of lead, but the water does not run through them. And so in accordance with, what they ask is to just have normal use. Well, we don't use those normally. So when they turn them on, they haven't been turned on in possibly years, possibly a lot of lead contamination. So the immediate actions are this: 15 unused outlets were shut off immediately. We can't get water out of them if you tried. We don't use them anyway, so it's fine. There's about 50 outlets that showed trace amounts that require some mitigation. They were in that really low level. So we are putting some filters on or replacing the faucet components. Marshall was talking with some other districts. They've had the most success with replacing the faucets. And we did appreciate the company that we're working with saying that, gosh, the faucet replacement is probably the best and the most reliable, when they could have just sold us some filters and then had us pay for replacement filters over and over again. So that work is being done. And then we'll continue to communicate with you and the public. There will be some public like some posts and some things that we need to send out, just so we're being very transparent with this process. And we have some model language for that from other districts. Teaching and learning update. Executive Director Moore, would you like to talk to us about that?
Good evening. A couple of quick updates for you. First and foremost, a huge thank you to our BEST teachers. BEST is the name of a new teacher program that we receive grant funds for. And it is super important that we're providing supports for our year 1 and year 2 new to service teachers. And we have a really robust program happening with some amazing, talented mentor teachers helping our new to service teachers. And we just finished cycle 2 of some professional learning together, and we're really working deeply on that all important correlation and connection between positive teacher-student relationships and impacts on student learning. And the piece that's really rewarding in the past is that we're giving them space to talk about their experience as new teachers, but also to talk about kind of their input and their perspective about teaching, about their students, about their support needs. And so it's really a two-way conversation, and we're really happy about that. In terms of school funding, our required mid-year reporting is going well. We are hitting all of our timelines. So far, all of our reports have been accepted by OSPI, and we're happy about that. We're finishing 2 minor tweaks on the OSSI funding grant for Crossroads and Open Doors. And we're expecting to send over, it's almost just corrections, and we'll send that over, and we're expecting approval at any time, in any moment. And then finally, and not finally, most importantly, or all importantly, we are conducting work with our secondary content teams for all of our 6th through 12th grade teachers to come together to talk about content, curriculum, pacing, to talk about students in a way that helps us all grow towards an articulated and aligned experience for science, social studies, English, and math. And so I just wanted to put it on your radar. You have been so gracious in our adoption process for our new, after 31 years, our new ELA curriculum. And we're going to be coming back to you with not only an adoption timeline and calendar, but just to put it on your radar that science has been kind of the ugly stepsister of the adoption calendar so far. Science stepped aside, waiting for standards to be truly corrected. They stepped aside for math, and they stepped aside again for ELA. And it is time to have some guaranteed and viable science curriculum for our students. As we know, we have some work to do, specifically in math and science in our, not just in Granite Falls, all the way across Washington State and all the way across the United States. So.
I'm going to talk just a minute about, we had our latest Tiger Cabinet meeting last Thursday. Dr. Farley was there. It was focused on, there's some pictures up there, and there's some really cool things happening when you get 3rd graders through 12th graders. There's the picture on the bottom right corner, and that's a partnership. They were having a conversation about something. And I love that because as you can see, the high school students kneel down eye to eye, making, that nice connection with one of our kiddos from Monte Cristo. So lots of communication, lots of work on that, lots of sharing. And then lastly, our students gave some reflections from their table groups about, what worked for them and what helps them feel, included and belonging and all those things. And then most importantly, they each wrote a letter of gratitude to an adult in their building who has made an incredibly meaningful impact for them. And some of those excerpts, I could have written pages and pages and pages on this, but they're absolutely lovely. I do love the one that says that, thank you for letting me sit by you, even when I can be annoying, it makes me feel wanted. And I'm like, that is just a, it was a middle school student just owning it, right? But I do love that, 60 adults in our system got letters from students who just instantly thought of them when they thought of that adult that's made a difference. So I'll share these slides with you all and you can take a look at those. But those letters will be sent out probably actually tomorrow to all of those people in our system that our students immediately thought of. Some upcoming district things. I know our students did such a nice job of sharing some of the things that are coming up. Again, Rudolph it was a wonderful 2 events, lots of hot cocoa and hot cider and Santa pictures, and our kids just did such an amazing job. It was really fun to watch. Some significant adults are listed up there that really did a lot of that behind the scenes work. So thank you. The holiday food and gift drive is still going on. If you would like to sign up for, we have a couple things in my office, but there's some in all of the buildings too, and you can pick and you can meet the needs of someone. With the money that is donated, there's money donated along the way at Rudolph. Especially, there was money donated. That money is gathered, and on Saturday, I'll be at Fred Meyer in Marysville with a lot of the students who help run the food drive, and we do the shopping for the gift tags that weren't picked up, and that is a really cool thing too. It's a lot of students, 35 students I think were there last year, and it's pretty special. And watching them look for bargains, and sales, and all of the things so they can meet, all the things that have been listed on those gift tags. So if anyone would like to join us, it is Saturday morning, 8 a.m. at the Marysville Fred Meyer. That's kind of down off of the street, way down there, more north. Student Spotlight, Carson Sharman was named the Snow Isle Student of the Month for Fire Science. And so we're really proud of him and the work he's doing at Snow Isle, and that's a really cool program. And then congratulations to Ace Hardware, Grant for Ace Hardware, for receiving the Washington Vocational Services Employer of the Year. That is a really cool thing there. Our transition program, Eileen Bauer has done such a great job of developing relationships around our community. It doesn't matter how small your community is. There are so many spaces where kids can go and build work skills and, and interact. And I know that the coalition has embraced that as well. So if you look around our community, there's our kids working and doing and learning, which is incredible. There's just some more pictures of our kids and such incredible work.
Elijah.
That's my sister right there.
There she is. Yeah. It was so impressive and so fun. I watched a couple of rehearsals and then, got to see it twice on Friday night, but that was really, really fun.
She's the train.
On the Island of Misfit Toys. Yes. Aren't we all the Island of Misfit Toys? So it's been a great week and we look forward to next week is the delivery of all of the food and the gifts and the really substantial things like the toiletries and those kind of things. So that is really special as well. And that is it for me.
Any questions?
I just had one thing to say. When you're doing the lights, we had a situation with people trying to live at the top of the stairs at the middle school between the press box and the other side. There's a space that has a fence, and then we put a taller fence, but then they came with a tarp and they made themselves a nice little spot there. So maybe if there's an extra light we could put there so that nobody wants to make it their home.
No. So noted.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Thank you.
Yeah, you were part of helping evict a previous tenant.
Yes, I will. I'll debrief you.
Okay, that's good.
Entertaining story.
In a sort of way.
Okay, good to know. That's interesting.
Any other comments, questions? No? Okay. Good report. We'll move on to, and thank you. We'll move on to 3C business report prepared by Marshall Cruz.
I wasn't going to present just because we're kind of on autopilot the first couple of months of the school year because we don't have our expenditures are our expenditures, but our revenue is based on budget right now. The state doesn't actually give us our real revenue until starting in January. So it's hard to do a good forecast. It's hard to really give a roadmap to the year. So enrollment's right at budget. ALE is low, K-12 is high, special ed's a little higher than budget. There'll be a lot of revenue true-ups. There'll be an increase in transportation revenue. There'll be an increase in special ed revenue. There'll be an increase in basic ed revenue. All these things are going to happen in January, and I'll have a much better idea of the direction of the year in January.
I think it's important, so for our new board directors, also that the special education cap was lifted, and so that really matters in that every kid who qualifies, that we get some funding for. We still want to be cognizant, of course, of services and those kind of things, but that's helpful.
I would also say, to the new directors, to the community as well, too. I think I've mentioned in the past, the school's money is not, or the district's money is not similar to our own bank accounts, right? We have 5 different places that we can pull from, but they all have to be spent in certain particular areas. So we've got general fund, capital projects, debt services, ASB, and transportation. And so I would say, especially newer board members, and honestly, I could go in and use a refresher on it as well, too, is Marshall, I don't mean to volunteer you, but go set some time up with Marshall to understand, what is this budget? What can we use it for? How is it affected? Because there's a bunch of nuances. There's timber money, there's, stuff coming in and going out. And so understanding all that, it will really help understand, just as we look through different reports and what to go through. So
Where the money comes from and
exactly
how the state figures out how much to give us.
Yeah, you'll see, and he mentioned, right, we don't actually know our allocations until January, which is ironic, because the school year doesn't start in January. But so yeah, it will really help at least guide through some of the stuff as we're going through it. Any comments or questions for Marshall? No? Okay.
No, I do like to see the fund balance where it is.
Positive.
Yeah.
We also, one of the problems we have starting the year is we have some pretty big bills that are front-loaded, like our insurance bills due in October. So we have some bills that are heavily front-loaded. So we usually take a dip, then we kind of stay flatline. We take a big dip in May and June, because the state withholds money in May and June to make their budget look good. So these are our 2 lowest apportionment months. We get only, if you're spreading out our money evenly, which our bills are spread out evenly for the most part, you get about 8.5% of your funding every month. But in January, or in May and June, I think we get 4.5% and 5.5%. So we've got to kind of build up a little bit of a savings to get through those 2 months.
Yeah. Perfect. Great. Well, thank you very much, Marshall. Okay, item 4, items from the floor. And tonight we wanted to offer the opportunity for, the district has a levy coming up here in February. So we wanted to offer the opportunity for both a pro committee and con committee to be able to speak for on here. So Tawny, do we have any members from either community?
We do. They're here tonight.
I kind of mentioned that they would speak when the resolutions came up, but I guess they didn't sign up to speak though.
Okay.
So they're here in person to speak, and they can speak now. Yes. Well, they can speak, which is nice.
Okay.
And we did advertise, of course, for the pro committee, the yes committee, and the no committee, and there was no one that took. Great.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess since don't worry about it right now. We can go to it when we get to another item. But I will say, so then we didn't have anybody sign up for the no committee.
Correct.
And then Marshall, so we publicized the need for a pro committee and a con committee, correct?
Yeah, we work with a legal firm in Seattle who kind of handles this for all school districts called Foster Darby. And they gave us all the language that we needed to use to post the advertisements. We posted it for a little longer than what the minimum amount of time was. We posted it for think 2.5 weeks. We advertised it. We got 2 people apply to be yes committee. We got no people that applied to be the no committee. And to be honest, in my time here, I have not really seen any no committee people except for in 2022 when there was a person from Western Washington who was the no committee for every school district in Western Washington. And he was just a very anti-tax person. And since then, the state changed the laws around that if you're going to chair local yes or no committee, you have to be a citizen of your community.
Okay.
So he could not do that this year.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to say,
Also, sorry, it was posted in 3 places on the school website.
okay,
There is a levy information page where those were posted. It was posted on the home page right underneath the school bus that says no tax increase. And then it was posted on a page pop-up. So anytime you moved across the website, it would come up and you'd have to X out of it. It's kind of, there's a lot, but it was all there. So it was up, both of them were up for the same amount of time.
okay, so equal opportunity provided both pro and con. And we have no official items from the floor. So then I will skip over to item 5A, which is unfinished business. We have none. And then new business, 6A, which is resolution 08, board support of EP&O levy. Do we have a motion to discuss? I'd like to make a motion that we discuss the resolution 08, board support of EP&O levy. Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Okay, we'll begin discussion. Support. So I guess we do have some members of the yes committee here. If we want to, if you have anything pre-prepared for the EP&O levy specifically, and then we can move on to the capital levy on the next agenda item.
Okay.
Okay. I don't have anything prepared. I mean, I do a little bit, but I'll just be super brief. My name is Allison King. I'm leading your Yes for Kids for Granite Falls levy committee. Just a community member. And just kind of for both levies. We kind of came up in our committee with this little slogan that great schools make great communities. And I've lived in Granite Falls for 16 years now. And right now I feel like we have our strongest community. I see a ton of community support. I feel like there's a ton of that whole small town, like culture and idea. We have a ton of businesses in town, a ton of new residents. And, you know, the truth is that the state doesn't fully fund education. And we need levy money for critical staff, for building maintenance. And we were listening about that when you were talking about the heating and the boiler. You know, it's cool that we have this old building, this old high school that we can still use, but it needs to be updated. Athletics, band, I love hearing the band play. Curriculum needs, I don't know, like there's a long list, right, that they cover, that the state doesn't cover. And we can't properly equip our students. Our students are the future of this community here in Granite Falls. And so, and what I love is that we're not asking for any new monies, we're just asking to renew the current levy, which will keep the rate at what we're paying now. So we're already paying it, it's what we're used to.
Yeah.
And so, and I think that having support from our community members, from our businesses, from our school board, just also sends a good message to our students and our community that we care about our schools here. And our school district is so important to this community as far as jobs go, but also like our school district, being a small community, our school district is like the Parks and Rec of Granite Falls, and the facilities serve for meetings, for athletics, for different community events, and we want to keep that going and keep it strong. And support for the resolution.
Okay. No, appreciate it. Yeah, really appreciate it. Thank you. And I won't make you stand up 2 times over because we've got 2 of these things on here, but is there any discussion amongst the board? So we'll specifically talk about the EP&O levy. So this is our operations levy. It's something that I think Marshall has spoken about in the past, right? Most school districts, account for 15% of their budget through a levy. So just any questions, concerns, comments about a resolution for the board to support the EPNO levy specifically?
I think we're good.
Okay. Well, thank you very much on that. And I would like to make a motion that we adopt the resolution 08 board support of EPNO levy.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you. And then we will move to the resolution 09, or this is item 6B, resolution 09 board support of the tech and capital levy. And so just to differentiate the two, the capital levy, this is, what we're talking about in terms of for AC units, HVAC, all again, this is basically tax rates will not increase, but it provides the school with capital dollars to be able to actually invest back into the buildings. Any discussion for item 6B?
I just wanted to add on to that is, besides maintenance our buildings, we're also looking at our fields, which all of our grounds where our community seems to thrive with our junior athletics events that are happening between Monte Cristo and the high school. This field out here, which is deteriorating, needs support. And I just heard it, that we are the Parks and Recreation for the Granite Falls community. We need this capital levy to upgrade and maintain what we have. So,
other comments? No? Then I'd like to make a motion that we adopt resolution 09 board support for tech and capital levy.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you. And thank you very much. I think you could, no, thank you very much. And thank you for the AED as well.
You're welcome. That was really fun. Thank you guys also for letting that happen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, we'll move on to the consent agenda, item 7. And so we'll open this up. Any discussion for the consent agenda?
Yeah, I don't see the minutes.
The minutes, are they not?
I didn't put them in the agenda there, going into board docs and looking at them from the last meeting.
Oh,
Yeah, going into.
I see. I was used to linking back to the last one, so I was like, they're not there.
Okay.
So I haven't read them, so I don't know.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we can attach them. Okay, cool.
Okay.
That's for me.
Either way, I just didn't know where to look for them. So,
Yeah, just go to.
so I didn't read them, so I guess
The
I'll have to defer if anyone did review them, because I did not.
minutes from the previous meeting.
Yeah.
Should we make a motion to include them and then for the next board meeting and then adopt them then, or accept them then? Okay,
absolutely.
So I'll make a motion that we move the acceptance of item 7A minutes from November 12th, 2024 to the following board meeting in January. Or 2025, actually. We need to correct that.
2024.
So minutes for November 12th, 2025 will be moved to our January board meeting. We have one board meeting this month. So I move that we move those minutes to January. Okay. Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. Any other discussion within the consent agenda? No other discussion. Consent agenda passes with unanimous consent. And that closes this meeting of the Granite Falls School District School Board at 6:49.
That